Check, check.
I'm holding on to
We're gonna try that one more time.
memories. They cloud my eyes and blind me. Oh, I'm overthinking. Why is that so easy? As I'm walking out the door, you know I won't go. So we keep fucking screaming more until there's nothing left to fight for. I see it in your eyes. You're acting like you're chained up, arms are tied. Why won't you fight for me?
You are now.
Promises we made in bed on my birthday. You said that you would always stay.
You are now tuning in to Honors Radio, the smoothest sounds on the airwaves, with your host, Dangerous Dante Smith, and our co-host, Emmy J. Let's work. Let's work. Let's work. Come on.
Just know that I'ma come back to you, baby. You gon' be by my side.
Welcome. Thank you so much for tuning into Honors Radio on this Motivational Monday. What is that static going on over there? That was crazy. On this Motivational Monday with your host, Dangerous Dante Smith, and our beautiful co-host, Emmy J. Where we're serving up the nation's top news 3 days a week from Podbean Live. So go ahead, do me a favor, sit back and relax as we're serving up the nation's top stories to keep you entertained on your drive home. Or just, simply relaxing at the crib. From our nation's top stories to our topic of the day, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to discuss it all. Remember, join us 3 days a week from Podbean Live, and don't forget, comment, share, engage, subscribe, and let everyone know Honors Radio is live. To our listeners, we now have the option to join and jump into the conversation at our website, honorsradio.com. Click that link, step right into the studio audience, and join the conversation. Check out also our new blog, with our new blog articles being posted once a week. The latest article being Start Treating Acne at the Root of the Problem. Link will be available in the description of the show. Oh, I forgot to add it in there. Let me go ahead and get that added in there. Before the end of the show, you will have that link added in there for you, ladies and gentlemen. But if you're having issues with skin or concerns about your skin, you're having acne concerns, or your child is having acne issues, by all means, check out that article. A lot of valuable information available to you. You never know what's available out there for you to get that cleared up. Again, welcome our co-host, Emmy J, to our Motivational Monday. What's going on, Emmy J? Are you feeling motivated? I am. We did have a step up in the mood lighting. Everything is all colored around here in this beautiful studio, our new studio that we've I was graciously gifted. And
my office is, I didn't need it.
It is now enclosed, pug free, so we appreciate that.
So any of our previous ones that everybody heard pug issues,
well, you never know, they might bust through the door, so I'm not gonna. They can?
They can.
They can open the door. So we may be surprised and have a pug visit. We never know. Now, If you would like to show your support during the show while on the live, go ahead into the Podbean app. Make sure you go to the bottom right. Each listener can support and send Honors Radio a gift, which is, as we know, virtual currency through the app. If you feel you need to urge or urge to support, just go ahead and click that gift icon and throw down some beans, ladies and gentlemen. All gifts are greatly appreciated as we continue to build Honors Radio and our platform. Periodically, I will go ahead and play this sound for everybody.
Throw some beans down. Throw some beans down, baby. Throw some beans down.
And that is just, I love that. That is just simply your chance and time to support
Reminder.
Honors Radio. If you'd like, go ahead and click again that gift icon and let us know we're doing a wonderful job. And if we're doing a horrible job, go ahead and send us a gift anyway. Now, I've also added a link I didn't add that either. Oh, you know why? Because we had to restart the whole live. So I will get those links added for our Patreon as well. Patreon.com/Honors Radio to become a patron. Each new patron will receive free Honors Radio swag, which I have on now, but unfortunately the YouTube was like dragging a little bit. So I just turned it off because quite frankly, I didn't need the frustration. But we will have it posted on like Instagram and where else are you going to post it at, Emmy J?
Be on the Facebook. We might even do a TikTok.
Oh, tiki-tock, tiki-tock, tiki-tock. Now, we also have merchandise, again, like I was saying, available. Mugs, T-shirts, we'll have all those, anything like that available on special order, of course. Now, enough is enough with all that housekeeping stuff. We'd like to get all that crap out the way. But now it's time to get down to business. As you know, shots fired. And our first topic is get your rotten vaccine or damn near expired vaccine. Now, hundreds of thousands of COVID-19 vaccine doses have been saved from the trash after U.S. regulators extended their expiration date for a second time. Ladies and gentlemen, second time in an effort to salvage expiring shots to battle this nation's summer surge in infections. As we know, the Delta variant is kicking ass and taking names at this point. But what do you think about utilizing these technically expired vaccinations, Emmy J?
Well, I'm thinking it's like when, like the milk has a best if used by date that's not really expired. You can still wait like 4 days.
But you can't continue to extend that date out, even if it's best if by. It does have an expiration date at some point, but you can't continue to push out and think people are going to think that it's safe.
Well, yeah, that's true. But I mean, how many people are actually going to know that it's expired? Not many, because they like to keep that stuff under wraps.
Oh, I mean, if you do your research and you do a little reading, you can find out that they're over here pushing these expired vaccinations. Now, the Food and Drug Administration on Wednesday said that the shot maker Johnson & Johnson's doses, again, they remain safe and effective for at least 6 months. So that's a pretty good shelf life for a vaccine, I believe. I would be okay with that.
If we have such a surplus, why they can't send them to other countries that are struggling?
And I think they have been sending them to other countries.
I know India was a big issue not too long ago.
But if we're thinking, I think right now they're thinking about America first at this point. Well, when we're kind of in a weird spot ourselves, I would say.
Yeah, but it sounds like that not many people are running to get that vaccine if they're happening to extend the expiration date now a second time.
Yeah, I mean, I'm actually going to be getting my vaccination now. So
it's a miracle.
Yeah, I mean, it took me. I did definitely do my black community, black people poll, and try to just kind of pick their brains and see how they were feeling after they did the welcome Miss Spook Datry to our live studio audience. And also I see a Stag 20 as well, a Sarah Kitten 1717. Thank you so much for joining us in our studio audience. We do appreciate you. Go ahead and hit that share button and let everyone know Honors Radio is live. Now, Emmy J, as I was saying, with this vaccination, I definitely did a poll today. I did a lot of, I spoke to a couple people by text message and by phone as well. And I just had to do a poll and see how they were feeling, if they took the vaccination, how they were feeling about the information that was being put out. I also did my own research as well. And speaking with you, since you've been vaccinated for a while now.
Yeah, I went and got it fairly quickly.
and I've been on the fence for quite a while now, but the way the world is going right now and the way our country is being hit by this variant, it's just kind of better safe than sorry at this point.
Yeah, because we've even known people, you've had family that have gotten vaccinated and then the virus, and though they were sick, they weren't deathly ill and things like that. So there's
Facts.
definitely some evidence that it's working for people. Again, it's not meant to keep you from getting COVID, it's meant to keep you from dying from COVID.
Right, and they're saying, I even read it, I believe it was on AP News, that there hasn't been, oh no, CNN, there hasn't been any breakthroughs with individuals who have the vaccination. So what they mean is there's nobody nobody's dying, nobody's being deathly ill or hospitalized based off of it if they're vaccinated. So when I read that tidbit of knowledge as well, that kind of gave me a little reaffirmation, I would say, on maybe this is something that I need to go ahead and get into sooner than later.
Yeah, and I mean, of course, there's some people who argue that they've known people who've had severe side effects or who even died from the vaccine. But like I said, you can walk outside and get hit by a bus. Isn't that the old cliche that they always say when people are like, "Well, I could get sick or this could happen." Well, yeah, a lot could happen, but the chances again are a lot less than getting the virus now, especially with the mutation and actually getting severely sick or dying from it.
Right, and I'm out here in these streets.
You're at work every
Okay,
day,
well, I'm not
10 to 13 hours.
I'm not in the streets, but I'm working.
You work with people, a lot of people. So
I do work with a lot of nurses and a lot of potential nurses, since I work at a school, or what is it? Future nurses.
Yeah. University for nurses.
So I do deal with them, but they're all vaccinated. So I felt like, okay, I could just ride their wave, but I can't ride their wave because I don't just go to work. I do other things as well, and I want to make sure I keep everybody else safe as well. So, and I don't want to die. That's probably the main thing.
Right? Yeah, I don't want you to. So I mean, I had to be specifically careful too, even though I am vaccinated for your protection. I couldn't get it, even though the chances of me dying are slim now. If I were to get it and you were to get it unvaccinated, I mean, I don't want to be responsible for that.
No, I was thinking about being like super cut off from like everybody that you love, and that like nobody can be with you because you're pretty much stuck, isolated by yourself, lonely, going through this pain. I mean, that all went through my head at work. So that's why I was like, oh, I'm just going to go ahead and schedule this because that was.
So, next week we'll hopefully be back, and after you get your vaccine.
I mean, I saw, yeah, but
I'll take over for you.
Yeah, but what's weird is they was like, CBS said they had Janssen and Janssen, and then I went and they don't add down. They didn't have no Janssen and Janssen.
So country like that. You've always done that since I got that. You've always said Janssen and Janssen.
I'm just saying
like it's the redneck version of the.
Well, I don't know. Janssen, they didn't have Janssen and Janssen.
Apparently those are the expired ones, so you don't want that one anyway.
Which one? I think I picked the Moderna one anyway, and I don't know. I think I picked the Moderna one because I was watching TikTok, like I told you. And one of the people who was on there was really knowledgeable. It seemed like he knew, and I was able to go back and kind of fact check what he was saying. I'm like, okay, I guess I can rock with it. Maybe we'll see. I think my mom got Moderna too. I think my mama got Moderna too.
I think that's what my mom got as well.
It's like I hear a pug already. A pug already. Welcome, Monica Fernandez and Call 28 to the live studio. We do appreciate you joining us here at Honors Radio. Go ahead and hit that share button and let everyone know Honors Radio is live. We were just discussing the expired vaccinations that were being salvaged by the government. But let's go ahead and move on to our next topic, which is also a very interesting topic. As we know, Andrew Cuomo, as we know, is the governor of New York, has an investigation right now for allegations of sexual harassment to several state employees, and an assembly committee is actually investigating whether there are grounds for impeachment as well. Now, this topic is not necessarily not about his allegations. It's about him spending $285,000 in political donations to pay lawyers to represent him in these sexual harassment and misconduct investigations. That is absolutely freaking nuts. I thought political donations were specifically for politics.
Maybe that's what he's thinking. If he He needs to beat this so he can stay in politics, so he can use the political donations.
But this
for his
guy,
defense,
this
which
guy,
is ridiculous. But
yeah, but this is not like something. This is not like something new. According to the New York Public Interest Research Group, New York politicians have used millions of dollars in campaign funds in recent years to pay lawyers defending them against allegations of wrongdoings. So it's not like something new.
well, no, but you think it'd be easier if they just stopped doing these wrongdoings, like
Right.
stop sexually harassing government employees.
that would go a long way is to actually stop doing the actual crime itself.
Imagine what 280,000 would be able to do.
Well, this seems like a shitload of money for your defense. What kind of lawyers do you have? What do you? Shouldn't you have state lawyers? Shouldn't you have somebody like, I don't know?
Well, no, because you have to have a.
I guess you got to have a
public
private
defender.
but last time I checked, defending yourself in a criminal matter is not the same as running a campaign. So political funds should only be used for political purposes, trying to win your seat. This is not trying to win your seat again. This is you
just trying to keep your seat.
Using your people's money, using your supporters' money.
Getting yourself out of the hot seat.
In such a serious investigations, the state should not be footing the bill, obviously, for Cuomo's possible indiscretions. So this was an interesting one. It looks like a number of former politicians have done this. Assembly Speaker Sheldon Silver, former State Senate Leader Dean Skelos, former State Senate Leader Joseph Bruno, and that's just to name a few that I read about. So they were all high profile sexual harassment investigations, things like that. And they all use political donations, in order to get through with their defense.
I'm sure some of the people that are donating are guilty as well, so they won't mind.
Well, yeah, guilty. The guilty usually follow the guilty.
Right.
So that was an interesting topic. I'd like to dig more onto his particular investigation and in his case, because there is a lot of different charges against this guy, and a lot of people are coming forward, and these are people that have some clout and have high profile positions or former high profile positions with the state. So there's going to be very interesting to see how this all plays out for Andrew Cuomo. He might as well just get impeached, or he might as well just. I think even Biden called for his resignation for him to step down.
We'll follow along and see what happens.
So we will definitely follow along and keep you updated on that. If you're not already updated on it as well, we'll give you some more 411. As you already know, next up, they did change the masking guidelines. I'm sure everyone is aware of the masking guidelines.
I'm not.
You're not aware?
No.
Put your damn mask on. That's pretty much it. Put your mask on when you go and when you go around other people, man. Put your mask on. Just put your mask on. It ain't even a difficult task. I got to wear one all damn day, every day at work. It's very frustrating, but you got to do what you got to do to protect yourself, even if you are vaccinated, people, because the crazy thing is that you can still pass that crap. So very interesting.
There's anti-maskers and anti-vax people who will still get sick.
Yeah, I mean, either way. I don't care, vaccinated or not vaccinated. Just do what you got to do to protect yourself and protect others. And then let's get through this crap, because this is ridiculous. It's taking too much of my time, too much of my energy. I got to worry about too much. Got to worry about my babies. Got to worry about myself. I got to worry about my mama, my brothers. This is too much worrying going on with this COVID going around, man. It's making life not fun.
You're the last one to jump on the vaccine.
I know.
We all had to worry about you.
I know. My mom was super stoked. Did I say stoked?
You did. I think you told me the other day to stop saying stoked.
Oh man, I think that's where I got it from. My mom was super stoked. She's like, "All right, so happy. I'm so happy, son." Why did that sound like she had an accent? My mom doesn't have an accent.
She's had a mom. I know. Whenever you impersonate somebody who's older, you always do this weird accent, like you were doing it for the new president of your company too.
Right? Yes, baby.
Yeah, like you always give her that old southern accent.
Baby.
People who
All
grew
right,
up
baby.
not in
She was really nice, so she was a really sweet lady. Anyway, so she remind me of like one of my my auntie or like somebody.
Somebody's auntie. When you think
Somebody
about
auntie.
that's what she's like.
Somebody auntie. I just did it again. Anyway,
You did.
actually no. Just protect yourself, people. Wear the mask. Follow the guidelines. The nation is obviously averaging like 57,000 cases a day, 24,000 COVID-19 hospitalization. That was just like the past last week. So obviously that number has probably increased. Obviously, also, if you were paying attention, you've seen that Megan Thee Stallion was performing at that Lollapalooza, and they had like 180,000 people in that one facility. And that it was outside. It was outside. I'll give them that. But there was 180,000 people at her performance alone.
That's crazy. It's like
The ridiculous amount of super spreader people.
Yeah, and like I understand they still need to go on and they still need to perform and do those kinds of things, but it's like, can we just take a break? Nobody's gonna forget about you if you don't perform at Lollapalooza, but they are gonna remember you if you're the reason that this virus spreads like crazy.
I would only say that would have been okay if I mean it's hard to say if that how okay that would be, because even if you're vaccinated, again, even if you require everybody to be vaccinated that comes in there, and guaranteed there's going to be somebody with a fake vaccination card, and that's another thing that's out there at this point now. You can't it's still going to be spreaded. I mean, it's still going to be spreaded around.
You can't regulate 180,000 people.
So I know people got to get their money. So and I don't blame them trying to get their money. Believe me. But at the same time, 180,000 people, that is a vast amount of people. But hey, if she putting the booties in the seat, so I can only give her applause for putting the booties in the seat. I don't know. It depends on what kind of freedom you're talking about. Now, next up, as we know, the eviction moratorium was extended. What was it? Did you find out when it was extended to? I can't remember. I think they said October something. I was supposed to look that information up, but I believe it was October October 31st or something like that, or 15th. I don't know, somewhere in October. And if I'm wrong,
a lot of people were.
If I'm wrong about that, please correct me, because I did not do my damnedest to research that. I had a very small amount of time, but anyway. So people that are
October 3rd.
October. I knew it was in October. I was good. Now, so people are being bailed out a little bit until October 3rd. So I hope they get it together by then. At a certain point, I mean, and I like to speak my mind. At a certain point, you need to do something. Like, you can't just continue to wait for the government to keep pushing the date out. You have to find a solution for your problem, and your problem is income. So whatever you're doing is not working. It has been months. The job market is coming along nicely right now. So if you're actively looking for anything, I'm sure you'll be able to find it. But if you're not actively looking and you're just waiting for the government to extend it and extend that moratorium and continue to extend it, it's not going to go past October 3rd. I guarantee that much. So if you're owing these landlords, I can only assume they're going to come collecting, and you're going to be out on your butt. So you have to make sure that you take care of your business in this next 2 months?
Yeah.
Next 2 months, take care of your business, pay whoever you need to pay, so you can have a home and a roof over your head. Because the government's done.
These landlords need their money too. They still have to pay the mortgage whether you're paying them or not.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, I understand that it's kind of rough for people in the beginning, but it's been this long now. There's plenty of jobs out there hiring for work at home remote. It may not be something you love or something you want to do, but if you're facing living on the streets with your children, sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
You got to do what you got to do, but I understand. Trying to utilize the government's help as much as possible. But they're probably at their I'm sure they're at their wit's end as well. Republicans ain't gonna let it go too much further when it comes to this.
They're definitely not going to shut down again.
Oh, shutdown is not even a possibility.
Mm-hmm.
That's where these vaccines. That's why they're pushing these vaccinations. They're like, as long as everybody's vaccinated, y'all can super spread it around all you want, ain't nobody gonna be dying.
Like the flu.
And they're not concerned about as long as you're not dying, they're not worried about it, which is fine. Which I understand. That's exactly like the flu.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly like the flu. Now, if we can get it like the flu, by God, we have something, ladies and gentlemen. But if we can't, and it still ended up, mutating, like as it continues to do, mutate and have different variants pop out of here and there. Who's to say that these damn vaccines are gonna hold up to all these mutations? So that's a stress in itself, right? Now, we're going to move on to Let's Rap. But before we get to that, we are going to take just a brief break. We do need to pay some bills. So we'll be right back with Honors Radio, your host, Dangerous Dante, and our beautiful co-host, Emmy J. Brainpill.com, the smart pill, designed to help with boosting memory, increasing cognitive skills, and bettering that everyday brain focus. Brainpill is a natural cognitive booster, a memory bullet for the brain. Formulated with high-impact natural ingredients that encourage better blood circulation in the brain and helps improve your short and long-term memory. Brainpill is designed to help with mental alertness and fight memory loss and clear up that ungodly fog. It's time to be more productive. Tune out those distractions and boost that already beautiful brain of yours. So here is your chance. Run over to brainpill.com and use the promo code HonorsRadio10 for your immediate 10% off. Yeah. Oh, hey, and we are back with Honors Radio and your hosts, Dangerous Dante, and our beautiful, talented co-host, Emmy J.
And I'm talented too.
Oh, I'm just trying to butter your bread up a little bit. Now it's time for Let's Rap. Oh, hey, look who I see in here. Welcome, DW Designs, to sell to our live studio audience. We do appreciate you joining us here at Honors Radio. Oh, and it looks like Chewy's. We appreciate you joining us here at Honors Radio as well. Do me a favor, ladies and gentlemen, if you're in the live studio audience, go ahead and just hit that share button and let everyone know Honors Radio is live. And you know what time it is, ladies and gentlemen?
Throw some beans down. Throw some beans down, baby. Throw some beans down.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, you know what that is. That is time for you to take a moment to think, hey, should I support Honors Radio? And if you think that answer is yes, by all means, go ahead and hit that GIF icon and throw some beans down. Now, let's wrap. Emmy J, an Indonesian man with the coronavirus, has boarded a domesticated flight disguised as his wife. Very interesting.
I heard about that.
He wanted to get somewhere very fast, and he wanted to get there without any issues. Now, he was wearing I believe it's called a hijab, covering his face, carrying fake ID, and a negative PCR test result. Dimed out by a flight attendant aboard a CityLink plane, noticed the man was actually changing his clothes in the lavatory. Now, this is interesting because people are freaking disrespectful, man.
Right. I'm like, you know you have COVID.
I can only
Stay
laugh
off the plane.
because, like, I can only laugh because this is the ignorance that we deal with, and not even just this. This is not even in the United States. This is in Indonesia, or somewhere. Do you know what this is specifically? It didn't say.
Yeah,
It's an Indonesian man, so maybe he
Yeah.
was he was leaving from. I would have to. I got the actual article right here, honestly.
Either way, wherever he's going or coming from.
I'm like, why don't I just pull up the article? Anyway,
There's a reason they have regulations that say you can't get on a plane with COVID.
well, he didn't care. He bought a plane ticket with his wife's name and bought the identity card, the PCR test results, and the vaccination card with his wife's name. He was in there. I mean, he got through security.
Well, and they said the reason that was because the clothing that they wear covers everything except their eyes. So nobody could tell he wasn't his wife based on just his eyes.
Exactly. Absolutely. That's what I see here in the article as well. I was trying to read ahead here just really quick, but it doesn't. It doesn't even specify where he was traveling or what he was trying to do. So I'm interested to know what was so important that you decided to risk everybody's life in order to make that happen. But I'm glad he did get caught. Just do. He will obviously face some charges, I'm assuming, for that. Sounds like an ignorant move on his part, but
Well, yeah, and hopefully that everyone on the plane was safe.
now, next up is I'm not sure if we heard this. A man was injured by a jaguar at a Florida zoo after climbing over a barrier and moving too close to the animal's enclosure. Now, this attack occurred on Wednesday at a range of jaguar display at a Jacksonville zoo. The guy was hospitalized with non-life-threatening injuries. Looks like the jaguar just scratched him pretty good. But when will people learn to stay away from those enclosures? What's wrong with people?
Well, I'm actually kind of glad because without idiots like this, we wouldn't have anything to talk about on our Let's Rap. Because the first story is don't be an idiot. Second story, don't be an idiot. Like, at what point do you think that those barriers are not there for your safety? Because the wild animal did what wild animals do.
Absolutely did what wild animals do. This guy is this ignorant because he climbed over a waist-high safety barrier that puts about like 4 feet of empty space between the visitors and the jaguars. And the guy was he was seen taunting the jaguars and stuck his hand through the fence. Now, I don't know where he from. Oh, wait a minute, probably from Florida because the craziest people. Charlemagne said it. The craziest people do live in Florida. And some crazy stories be happening out there, man. Those people are losing their mind. I just can't fathom sticking my hand through a jaguar cage. I wouldn't stick my hand through a monkey cage, let alone a jaguar cage. Welcome, Daniel, to the live studio audience, and William Ben Carson. We do appreciate you joining us here at the Honors Radio Live studio. Go ahead and hit that share button and let everybody know Honors Radio is live. Now, the next story is a little bit silly as well. A guy tries to issue payback in his own fashion. Now, a Florida man tried to actually throw a live alligator he had stolen from a miniature golf course onto a roof of a beachside cocktail lounge. Now, right.
Florida, right?
Florida, exactly.
Okay.
Florida. Crazy fools in Florida. A 32-year-old man was arrested early Thursday in Dayton Beach Shores. Didn't we go there?
Daytona?
Oh, excuse me, Daytona. I don't know why I said Dayton. Daytona Beach Shores. Didn't we go there?
We did go to
was it the
Daytona.
shores or is it different? Daytona Beach and Daytona Beach Shores.
Everything is different in there, but I think that's the same area.
Okay, now the man was actually seen attempting to throw the gator onto the roof of a cocktail lounge. Take the alligator by the tail, hit it against an awning of the building, and throw it to the ground and stomp on it twice. So I don't know what he was so mad at the alligator for.
Could you imagine just like pulling up to the parking lot and seeing somebody trying to throw an alligator on the roof?
Right, and the story left me like at a cliffhanger because it didn't explain why he was so mad at this cocktail lounge. Now he was charged with possession and injury of an alligator, unarmed burglary of an occupied dwelling, and theft of criminal mischief. So all that.
For an alligator from the miniature golf course. Why does the miniature golf course
have an alligator? Right, that is another.
It must be like a little alligator.
That's a really good question. But and again, that's some pretty heavy beating of an alligator.
What did the alligator do?
I'm like, yeah. What did the alligator do? I mean,
maybe it hissed at him. Have you ever seen an alligator hiss?
I have. It's freaky, man.
Yeah. So you don't put your hand in it. Kind of like a jaguar.
Don't do it. Stay out of Florida, people. They don't know what they're doing over there.
Yeah, for your own safety, be careful.
Oh, I hate this. I don't know. For some reason, I get this random static here. First of all, check yourself before you wreck yourself.
Yeah, you got this whole fancy desk now.
I'm gonna be hating anyway. I think it's because you're too far away, man. You're messing up my acoustics. Ooh, my acoustics. What you think about that? Anyway.
Right. think I'm going to send you to Florida with a gator.
Now, imagine walking down the street, ladies and gentlemen, and you're running into a robotic police dog advising you broke the law. Or hey, how about that robotic police dog says, "Hey, stop! I need to check your temperature for a fever." Well, that's an actual thing in Honolulu, everybody. Honolulu, Hawaii has done it. If you're a homeless and looking for temporary shelter, Hawaii's capital, expect a visit from a robotic police dog that will scan your eye to make sure you don't have a fever. So now they have these basically these freakish ability robots that can do a crazy amount of stuff. They can run fast. I don't know if you've seen these videos of these robotic dogs that they call Spot. Have you heard of this?
Oh, that's a cute dog name. But no, I haven't seen the robotic.
I'm like, yeah, it's a cute artificial, very easy Spot. You know how many dogs are named Spot?
Every dog with a ring around its eye.
Thank you. Here we go. Now, they spent $150,000 of the federal pandemic relief money to buy their Spot. Now, obviously, this I was reading. This is the new big thing. The bigger cities. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna kill this static in a second. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow.
That's your mic. I'm telling you.
I turned my mic off.
Oh, sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. That was driving me crazy. I'm not sure what's going on with Emmy J's mic. Give me one moment here. Girl, I just unhooked you and it ain't doing.
Yeah, well, I turned my mic off.
Give me 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. Let me see if I can fix this real quick for us. All right, I think we're good now.
Till you wiggle the cable.
Oh,
again.
and hey, there she is, nice and smooth. Yes, so as we continue on.
Bye.
Yes, so this will be the next big thing in the bigger cities is having these robotic police dogs. And they're going to be able to do a vast amount of things. They can probably they're going to be able to like scan your ID. They're going to be able to take your temperature.
Okay, but what's going to make you stop and give this random robot dog your ID though?
I don't know. Maybe they can do some random dog stuff, random police dog stuff. I don't know the full capabilities, but for $150,000, you know it does some crazy stuff other than take some temperatures.
I'm picturing this like iRobot thing.
And this is the exactly.
Right?
Will Smith he showed us the way in a lot of movies.
I know, right?
What was that? I Am Legend.
Right, that's
I Am Legend. Will Smith has showed us the way. I think he's
out with a bad vaccine.
He's a time traveler. He's definitely a time traveler. I know, but nobody believes that, but me. Oh, that's hack. There we go. No,
Yeah.
It's not hack.
Yeah, it is. You can read the R.
Anyway, well, this cord is weird. Then.
Yeah, it is.
Anyway.
Stop pigeoning with the lights.
I just love all my wonderful lights, and soon I'll have speakers as well too. It's going to go down in here in the Honors Radio studio, but we're going to continue on because next up, ladies and gentlemen, we do have our topic of the day.
Woohoo!
And I just love our topic of the day, so we're going to jump into it in just one moment. We do have to pay one more bill,
right?
Ladies and gentlemen. And Emmy J needs to grab some tea. We'll be right back with more Honors Radio in our topic of the day. There are some things in life you just learn to deal with. And some things in life, well, you just can't. Suffering the effects of acne is one of those things that no matter how you try to ignore it, it just doesn't ever go away. Unfortunately, many people see the blemishes before they see the real you. And even if you know they appear not to, you always end up feeling, well, some type of way. Well, luckily for you, the folks who have spent years researching and formulating the Clear Pores skin cleansing system really know what they are doing. And they put their money where their mouth is and fully guarantee their product. The Clear Pores skin cleansing system is a unique approach that not only works to clear up that acne and blemishes, but also works to eliminate them forever. Let's just imagine how your life will be once you no longer are embarrassed by the condition of your skin. It's time to stop relying on drugstore products that don't deliver what they promise and put your faith and effort into a company that stands behind their products and their claims to a clearer and healthier looking skin that is acne free. The Clear Pore Skin Cleansing System is a 3-part natural product that works from the inside on out. There really is no reason to suffer in silence with bad skin any longer. We have now found the treatment that you can trust. So hurry over to clearpores.com and use that promo code HonorsRadio10 for your 10% off. We are back with Honors Radio and your host, Dangerous Dante, and our beautiful co-host, Emmy J.
Hey.
You know it is time, ladies and gentlemen, for our topic of the day. I love this topic. I love this time where we can sit back and discuss just a topic that's been on my mind and something popular in the trending world today. Now, the phone lines will be open and available for you to throw down your 2 cents. If you like, by all means, we'd love to hear your 2 cents. Right now, when the topic of the day is simply this: when it comes to work or employment, which is more important to you, money or peace of mind? Let's speak on that and why that would be on why those or that one specific one will be important to you. And we do have our first call in. Oh, and looks like she went away, but that's okay. Oh, let me go ahead and get through my portion of it here, and then I will go ahead and start taking call ins. The quote of the day is just simply: happiness, not gold or prestige, is the ultimate currency. And that's by Tal Ben Shahar. Now, I picked this topic because I'm sure we all went through a time when we picked money over peace of mind. Rather it was taking the deceivingly high-paying call center job with high stress, or a big executive position with the whole company on your shoulders. We've all taken that risk or taken that chance by taking money over peace of mind. Money is the most valuable asset in today's world, which determines a man's success. But as for me, the days, peace of mind is key. For me, no longer getting that daily morning anxiety or panic feeling. No more heart flutters right before I take a call. The emotional roller coaster we all ride on for the love of the money, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Emmy J, what are your thoughts on this? I'm sure you have a lot to say about this.
So I had to get some tea before I could spill the tea. So this topic is very close to my heart because I was recently laid off. Right?
Hold on, let me.
That was are you pretending like my mic don't work again?
No, I was trying to. Wait, hold on. Ladies and gentlemen, I wasn't celebrating her getting laid off.
Right?
That's just how it
I
went.
mean, you kind of are. I have time now.
Go ahead, BJ. My apologies.
What I would have considered is, I would say for the last 7 years or so, I've had a high stress job. But the last couple years, especially, working anywhere from 10 to 12 hours a day, 7 days a week, giving up my weekends to make sure that my team hits goals, because it all affected our pay. And of course, I had people on my team who didn't want to work weekends, and so they didn't. And then I carried the burden just to make sure things got done.
Facts.
Right? I gave up a lot of time with my family for my job, because I wanted the money and felt like that was what we needed more than me. Fortunately, my eyes have been opened a little bit, and I'm realizing that I no longer have the stress. I no longer feel sick. My anxiety has gotten a lot better.
That's
I'm
a blessing.
enjoying being able to have time to take care of my home, take care of cook dinner, make sure that everybody's laundry gets done. things like that I didn't have the time for because I thought money was the most important thing. Don't get me wrong, I love that job. It paid well, but
Yeah, the money was good.
the
But
money was great, but it was not worth what I was giving up the time that I knew my family needed me as well.
And the thing is, it's not you're not alone on that emotional roller coaster when you're having those type of jobs. When you're having those type of jobs, everyone in the house is on that same roller coaster with you.
Yeah, every day I went
Hello?
to a job or an argument or
Give me 1 second, DW Designs. Thank you for joining us. Now, go ahead, Emmy J.
but I mean that's mean it would be an issue where you're making complaints about work to your partner and then they're taking on that stress too. I know that you hated me working that job. Like I said, the money was great, but it was not. I know it was taking a toll on you to watch me go through everything I was.
Absolutely, and give me 1 second here. I have to mute DW Designs over here. Now, that does definitely take a toll on everyone in the house, but it just takes more of a toll on me seeing that I can't do anything to help you in a stressful situation. And when when you know that you kind of need the money in certain instances, yes, our life has changed drastically from one city to the other based off financially.
Right.
But obviously that money still was a driving force to us even leaving the prior city.
Yeah, and it's almost like it's one of those where it's a blessing. Your blessing becomes your curse becomes your blessing. So it's like I would never have walked away from it because of that money. And I almost feel like it was divine intervention said, because I know you're not going to walk away, I'm going to take it from you to put you on the path that you belong.
Right. And that was the point I was making to you. That's why I was just said everything. That's how cliche, but everything happens for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
Everything happens for a reason. And we do have DW Designs joining us, calling in today. And what's your 2 cents on this, DW Designs?
I'm sorry for the interruption. My equipment has not been properly working for me today.
That's okay.
But where the money resides, where the money resides. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No, I 100% agree with peace of mind because, no matter what job you're on, if you work and you have that peace of mind, you're going to increase and be favored in whatever position you're in, and money will follow. But if you follow the money and get the stress, you won't be there long enough to enjoy the money. So that's my 2 cents.
That is absolutely factual statement. I agree with all that. What about you, Emmy J?
I 100% agree.
I think as you get older, you want peace of mind. I mean, with everything going on in life, you don't want that. I don't want that stress. I mean, I want a certain amount of stress because a certain amount of stress is tied to a high level of responsibilities. So sometimes your responsibilities are going to be stressful. I prefer to have some kind of responsibility versus being.
You want to be able to control your stress.
Right. Exactly. Right. I don't want to be a police officer. Like that's what I kept thinking. I told you that.
I know. You kept going back to
I kept thinking, and I was like, nah, you know what? I don't want to get shot. And I'm like, nah, you know what? I don't want my own people to hate me. So I stayed away from that. But as I was saying, I chose peace of mind. Yes, I've dealt in the call center arenas where I've dealt with a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety, a lot of frustration, a lot of knowing that there's nowhere to go. There's no upward mobility because there's a billion people all going for the same one position. So all that is coupled in to where I don't go for the money anymore. I go for peace of mind, which is why I'm now in security, where I don't have that stress necessarily. I've been a guy who sacrifices happiness for bigger paychecks. So when I got this kind of the same amount, I don't make that much different than I would be in the call center.
You make enough.
I make enough. I make enough to survive, and I make enough to be happy. Quality of life is a lot better, a lot happier. But I'd like to hear somebody else's input. Do we have anybody else that wants to give us a call in and give us their 2 cents? We appreciate everybody being in the studio audience today. If you don't feel like calling in today,
Am I still on?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. You are still on.
Oh, goodness. I'm so sorry. How do I get off?
I'll go ahead and take care of that for you, okay?
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. As soon as it allows me to do so. There we go. And and DW Designs has left the building.
One of our best callers. She's always calling in. We appreciate her.
She does always call in with
Very
her
loyal.
2 cents. We do appreciate it. She's usually pretty quick to the point. So that's why I loved to hear what she has to say. We don't need nobody dragging on. I'm just kidding, ladies and gentlemen. If you have something to say, by all means, give us a call and hit that call in button and throw down your 2 cents. This is a topic that we've all had to deal with. So I'm sure we've all have some input as to money or peace of mind, ladies and gentlemen, and why. That's the most important part.
Unfortunately, I think that this time you've given me the ability to, by taking care of everything, the ability to find happiness rather than chase the money. So I can find something that I can have peace of mind and be successful.
Well, that is a blessing, and I'm glad to be able to do that for you, be there for you in your time of need.
Yeah.
As you were for me. So it goes the same way. Welcome, Dorina, to the live studio audience. We do appreciate you joining us today. We are on our ever so popular topic of the day. And if you wanted to throw your 2 cents down, the question is, when it comes to work and employment, which is more important, money or peace of mind? And why? Both me, Emmy J, and also DW Designs actually chimed in and said peace of mind is key to living a happy, healthy life. Pretty much, if you ask me.
A lot of it too has to do with like you said, when you reach a certain age, you want to have that peace of mind becomes more important. When you're in your early 20s and you're chasing the paycheck. I used to work third shift, loved it was great. Go to work, sleep during the day, it didn't bother me at all until I had a family.
Chase that bag.
Yeah, it's like when you're younger and that's how a lot of people get into call centers, because it's a well-paying job with no college education. You can start out anywhere between $14 to $16 an hour at 18,
right? With
no college education, straight out of high school. I used to train young kids like that straight out of high school. That's a lot of money for an 18-year-old just starting out.
Girl, I started at my first call center job. I started at $12.80, and I thought I was legit. I thought I was in the money. Okay.
Yeah, I
Comcast
started at $10.
Cable, baby. Comcast Cable took me in. I appreciate you, Comcast, for holding me down.
My first call center was for MetLife, so I did health insurance for General Motors. And I started out at $10, and I thought I was doing something. Like, oh, you're going to pay me $10, and all I have to do is answer the phone? That's so easy. And then 20 years later.
Yeah, I mean, the call center is a trap, man. Even if you got a degree, I worked with many people with degrees.
Oh, yeah, me too.
Many of them that work with degrees.
I have a master's degree, and I'm training you.
So I'm not sure if they're they chase the nickels, I guess, because I don't know if I'm getting a college degree, I'm definitely not going to be working in a call center because there's nothing there.
Well, a lot of people don't they get their degree, but they don't find a career in that profession right away, so they have to chase the money.
That's true, and that's also based off of what they decide to do in college. Welcome, Dorina, to our studio audience. Ooh, I hear a little background noise. Are you there?
Hold on a second. Yes, I'm here. I just wanted to comment on your peace of mind when it comes to the workplace. And I think that peace of mind is the best policy. Working and you're not happy is not a good thing. Did that for almost 30 years. So peace of mind is the best thing.
I absolutely agree. And thank you so much for throwing your 2 cents down. If you don't mind me asking.
That's my comment for tonight.
That's your comment for Thank you so much for your comment.
Yes.
You enjoy the rest of your day, okay? What Stag 20 says sounds like you knew early.
I'm more than willing to answer. What did you have a question?
Emmy J, did you have any questions for Dorina?
Yeah, what you said you had done that for about 30 years. What profession were you in? That
IT profession.
Oh, fancy.
Worked with computers.
With the computers.
Yes.
Okay, so if I have a computer issue, I can call you.
Programming and troubleshooting, yes.
Well, good. I kind of want to see what backgrounds people have, and what kind of professions you find peace of mind in, or if something that you end up just working to keep the money going.
So
Well,
you're
well, in some instances, working to keep the money going sometimes is a necessity.
That's
However,
right.
if you have the opportunity, you should work for peace of mind. Find a job that you love, and that's what you do. You'll stick to it better.
facts. Applause. We do appreciate you throwing your 2 cents down for us, Dorena. And again, join us. Stay in the studio audience. We're not just done yet, okay? We're almost done. We're not quite there yet. So go ahead and stick in the studio audience, and you enjoy the rest of your day.
And same to you. Have a good night.
It never lets me disconnect for some reason. It's very weird. Okay, there we go. Okay, anyway, very strange. Anyway, Stag20 says in the comments, sounds like you knew early in your career that these jobs weren't for you. What was the determining factor that peace of mind was more important, and why did it take so long? Very great question. Well, early on, since I did have children young, I decided that I needed to go where the money was, and my voice was the money. My speaking voice was my money at that point, and my ability to speak and articulate very well over the telephone and in other fashions. So I chose what was best for me, what was in that particular moment, which was a call center. My mom was involved with call centers, uh, so I kind of just took that on and utilized what she gave me and found a pathway for myself. What took me so long? I got stuck in call center hell. That's basically what it is. You get stuck in call center hell. You get stuck knowing that you need to pay the bills. So you do what you have to do and you stick it out and you suffer through what you think is just your daily job, when in actuality is anxiety and panic attacks that you're probably going through because you're unhappy with what you're doing. So in these particular instances, you also end up losing jobs or quitting jobs for that particular instant, for that particular reason as well, because you're burnt out. You're anxious every day. You have to call in because you can't face getting on the phone, even though the work itself is easy and the work itself that you do is meaningful. You still can't get over the anxious feeling or the panicky feeling that you have, knowing that you have to go into somewhere that you're just not happy being there. I'm sure Emmy J can attest to that.
Yeah, at one point when I was younger, I thought I was having asthma attacks, and I kept going to the doctor, and they were like, "No, your breathing is fine." And finally realized that it was panic attacks that I was having. Once we narrowed it down, and it was because of that. So I've had issues on the phone. I've overcome quite a bit of it, but some days are harder than others. A lot of it got worse with COVID hitting, and being isolated from other people. Because a lot of times in call centers, what gets you through is the connections that you make with other people. It helps you to look forward to going to work. I had found a very good friend, and that's helped me survive a couple times. Fortunately, I was able to achieve the ultimate goal in a call center, is to get off the phone and into another aspect. If I became a customer service trainer, I did team lead, things like that. But if you're stuck in there, and a lot of people get stuck because, again, the money. You try to get out, but you realize that, okay, we're going to work at somewhere else only pays me $10, and this job over here at the call center is going to pay me 14.
Right.
So you're like, oh, well, I can do it, and then you get there and you go through training, you're good, and then that phone rings, and you're like right back in it again, and you realize why you didn't want to do it. So, I mean, fortunately, I can vouch for you too, Dante. Your voice. That's how I met you, was at work, because you were in one of my training classes when I first started early on.
What does that say about her?
Yeah. That I was so amazing. No, but I remember the first time I saw you. You were on the phone taking calls from the previous portion of your training, and I had stopped you, and I could tell right away you've done this before.
Years.
Yeah, I mean,
Years.
you can tell newbies, people, and people who've done it forever. And your voice, you were on the phone, you were smooth, you were calm.
I'm so over it.
Yeah,
and so over it. And
but you did it for a few more years until you had the opportunity.
my mom told me how to flip on that switch, so I'm always able to just flip on the switch and
It is
turn
like
turn
like
on
an
my
actor.
business. Turn on my business.
Yeah, you play a character.
But I was never happier when I switched professions and I found peace of mind in what I do in security. And I plan on taking my security a lot further than just working at a college.
You want to be the bodyguard.
I would like to be a bodyguard, a personal protection. But that takes it's going to take a little bit of time. But I will get there, of course. So that's my peace of mind, knowing that I don't have to deal with the phones ever again, unless I want to. I have a phone at my desk at work.
I know you like to pretend to answer it. Just nobody calls it.
Nobody calls it, but I have one at my desk just in case there's an emergency. I try to use it,
But you were also able to translate your customer service skills on the phone to real life because you get the same feedback now that you didn't realize you were going to get before. People are still like, "Oh, you're so nice, you're so great," or that one lady that you worked with always said, "Dude, do what you do."
Oh yeah,
when you greet people and they come in to visit and things like that. So
she does advise me.
Take those skills and utilize them in person, which you did not think you would be able to do the same way.
Yeah, that was definitely a nervous part for me, is translating my phone skills to face-to-face. I didn't think I would be able to do that, but it worked out pretty well. I mean, it worked out pretty well because these masks started coming into effect pretty soon after I started.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes after the mask. Well, who knows when the mask is going to be removed, and we're going to see each other's faces. All I know is people's eyes, but now I know people's eyes from I've seen them so many times that I know who they are. But
I guess the ultimate we're getting from this discussion is that money is important, and sometimes you have to do what you have to do. But if you have the option or the ability to choose peace of mind every time, especially as you get older, you're going to realize how much that sanity is worth it to you. I'm realizing it now at almost 40 years old that I've never had a job where I had peace of mind. So
it's worth so much. It's absolutely worth so much. And it pained me to see what you were going through while you were going through it. And I was chilling. At my job, and I couldn't do anything to help you.
But you're now giving me back that same gift. So I wanted to get you out of the call center because I saw how miserable you were, and now that my job was taken from me, not by choice, I didn't get to leave. They let me go, but so I'm chilling on severance, and
but I got you covered. Don't even worry about that.
But yeah, so you have been able to give me back that gift. We got you out. Now it's my turn to get me out.
What's out? They pulled me back.
Throw some beans down so I can. We can still eat tonight.
Throw some beans down. Throw some beans down, baby. Throw some beans down.
Cash apps in the description. No, I'm just kidding. Stag20 says, rather than call center hell, sounds like you guys are entrepreneurs. It doesn't matter what you're doing if you weren't doing it for yourself. Glad you finally realized that. Best of luck. Love your show.
Thank you.
We appreciate you, Stag20. We do appreciate you. By all means, everybody, we are live 3 days a week from Podbean live. And, we've been gone for a while, so I do apologize about that. But we will get back in rotation 3 days a week where we're giving you the top news, also throwing down that Let's Rap, and also our topic of the day. And we will also have soon our Let's Be Frank conversations. And that will be interesting. So stay tuned for that as well.
I get to be more frank than I already am?
We get to be a lot more frank. A lot more frank.
He censors me. You guys don't know. That's why he makes up and says that my mic's scratchy.
Because if I let her go, she'll just go buck wild, ladies and gentlemen, and I don't know if I can handle it. But everybody, we do appreciate you guys for joining us today and taking part in our topic of the day. But as always, it comes to an end. So this has been an amazing Monday, motivational Monday, ladies and gentlemen. And we have, as usual, served up the nation's top news 3 days a week from Podbean Live. But hey, it's been fun. Your host, Dangerous Dante Smith, and our beautiful co-host, Emmy J. We served up the nation's top news on Podbean Live. Remember to share, subscribe, and help us build Honors Radio from the ground on up. Don't forget to check out honorsradio.com for our past shows and special updates and our weekly blog as well. Remember, we now have our patrons only section, ladies and gentlemen, for our listeners who want to become an Honors Radio family member and donate a little piece of change to keep our operation running smoothly and our content fresh and informative. And ladies and gentlemen, it is always fresh and informative. Head over to, what was that? That was weird. Head over to patreon.com/honorsradio or honorsradio.com/become a patron. To become a patron, click that become a patron button, and voila, ladies and gentlemen, you'll become part of our family here at Honors Radio. Join us again on Wednesday, ladies and gentlemen, at 7:30 Central Standard Time as myself, Dangerous Dante Smith, and our beautiful co-host, Emmy J, joins us in the studio audience to discuss some more of the nation's top news. Don't forget to share and subscribe to Honors Radio, ladies and gentlemen. Have a blessed night, and we are out.